From Delhi, the capital, India, we are joined via Skype by political analyst and journalist Sagarneel Sinha via Skype from the latest on the ground. Sagarneel, good evening and thank you for joining us on the Globe.
Good evening, ma'am.
Now, Sagarneel, we've seen pictures of police dragging people, carrying demonstrators away as they carried placards and chanting slogans. Exactly the violence that has been taking place in India. This reaction, the government was not ready for or was not expecting.
Yes, first of all, the BJP government was something not being expecting such kind of massive violence that has been taking place in parts of Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Karnataka, and obviously the Northeast, and also the parts of East India like West Bengal. BJP returned to power this year with a massive mandate, but the CAA, the Citizenship Amendment Act 2019, was already in its election manifesto. So, according to BJP, the argument was that the people of India had a mandate to bring this act. However, there have been some opposition parties who are being aiding all these protests because uh, due to their vote banks, there is also politics being involved with opposition parties whose most core vote bank are the Muslims, and the act doesn't include the Muslims. However, the important point is that the act doesn't take any rights of Indian Muslims.
Now, the fact that the participants are generally mostly non-Muslim, and looking back in history not too long ago, where there was a new law, with the Muslims being quiet about it. One, for instance, the issue of the triple divorce and Kashmir's autonomy. This kind of reaction and the fact that, the BJP party or BJP leadership is looking to change the structure of India or the makeup of India, where it's all about the Hindus. This sort of reaction they were not expecting. What's their plan going forward?
First of all, yes, there have been strong opinions that BJP wants to change the structure of Indian uh, secular structure of India. However, these are simplistic arguments, which I would say the reason is the act. Uh, the act includes six minority religions coming from Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Bangladesh facing persecutions. And one thing we must not forget is that the three countries are constitutionally Islamic countries, where the constitution clearly says that Islam is the state religion. So yes, there have been arguments or reports that Muslims are also being persecuted, like Shias or the Ahmadis, particularly Ahmadis, were not even considered by Pakistan as Muslims. But these are sectarian um, divisions within the Islamic world. Here, the bill include, includes the protection of religious institutions, and importantly, it gives citizenship only to those people who already have come to India on or before 31st December 2014. And as far as Article 7 is concerned, it was about not about the Muslims. It was uh, just burn the Pakistani propaganda that Kashmir is an unfinished agenda.
Now, India's Supreme Court turned down a plea on Wednesday to halt the implementation of the law, but it said that it would be holding hearings next month on these sweeping measures. What exactly are these hearings going to entail, and who is going to be taking part in these hearings?
Yes, Supreme Court just some petitioners wanted to stay, wanted the Supreme Court passed an order of just to put a stay on the act, but the Supreme Court has refused. Supreme Court said that on January 22nd next year, it would be hearing all the pleas. The pleas that would be here would be based on whether this act violates the Article 14 of Indian Constitution. Article 14 of Indian Constitution deals with equality, but uh, that is, however, the same article speaks of reasonable classification. So here, what the government is saying is that there is a reasonable classification. The reasonable classification is that we are giving citizenship to people who already have come to India and who belong to the six religious minorities.
Sagarneel, thank you for joining us this evening. We'll have to leave it there for now. That's Indian political analyst and journalist Sagarneel Sinha giving us an update on what's taking place there with regards to the new law.